What is good, everyone? This is your host, Deanna Radulescu with Label Free Podcast. To live your best life, you must live label free. As always, bringing incredible guests from all over the world, so sit back, relax, and tune in. My next guest is the CEO and founder of the One Thought Away Project, a global company and movement that has influenced over 250,000 people to transform their lives, and author of the international best-selling book, One Thought Away. Please welcome Kerry Tepedino. Welcome, Kerry. Welcome to the show.
So excited to be here. I just want to say I am honored to be on your stage. You are doing such good work in the world, and I really, really appreciate it. I know you're a mama bear on who you put in front of your people, your peeps. Yeah. So I don't take it lightly that I'm here. I was invited in, so thank you.
Thank you for being here. Well, you know what? I love that all these people that are doing great work in the world are connecting to make that unity and that bond even stronger, to be an example for other people, because we live in such a divisive society right now, and it's challenging times for a lot of people.
It is, yeah. And we can be aware of what's happening politically, economically. We can be aware of all of that while still knowing that the way we counter that, it's our own spiritual battle, right? The way we counter it is we continue to do our personal development work. We continue to, it's like the whole one thought away process. What is the thought that you're having today? Are you going to contribute to the struggle, or are you going to focus on the health? Are you going to contribute to the fear, or are you going to focus on something, one thought, just starts with one thought. You're going to focus on something that's going to help move you and one other person forward in this in a positive way today.
Yeah, I love that. Well, it seems so simple, but it can be pretty difficult for some people because we have a million thoughts a day. But where did this stem from? Because there's always something that inspires or motivates or kicks something off like this for someone.
That's a great starting point. But just so you know, we actually, research shows we have 80,000 thoughts a day now. Okay. And because it's gotten faster with technology, we have more coming at us. Right. So let's say 70 to 80,000 thoughts. If somebody's talking about 70 to 80,000 thoughts, about 50 to 60,000 of those tend to be negative. Yeah. That's insane. That's why it's one thought away. We could go deeper into this. It sounds simple, but it's not always easy, right? And there is a distinction between the two. But for me, I've been in this industry for about 20 years. And the reason that I am here, I always say it's like my business birthed itself out of necessity. Yeah. And I was just back from the Peace Corps. After college, I went into the Peace Corps, and then I came back to the States, and I got a job at a software company doing graphic design. And I had a big delivery the next day. I had a deadline. I was nervous. That I wasn't gonna, be enough, really, to my peers, my boss. And I remember driving home that day. My hands were on the wheel, and I'm saying to myself, "Don't stop at the store, Kerry. Don't stop at the store, Kerry. You don't need any food. You don't need those comfort foods. You have food at home." And because that's the way I would check out escape and I'm out, was food and eating. So I was 50 pounds overweight. I was disconnected in relationships. I was always just questioning myself, right? And so I get to my neighborhood, and where do I find myself? But at the store, of course. And so as I'm going up and down the aisle with my cart, putting all my comfort foods in my cart, and I'm like, this time it's going to be different. This time this is going to last me 2 weeks like it would any quote unquote normal person, right? And just making all these promises, these grand promises to myself. I pay for the groceries, check out, get home, putting them away. And at this point, I am truly hungry. I haven't eaten dinner, and I find the peanut butter jar, and I unscrew the blue lid, and I peel back the silver foil. And, I'm just going to have one bite. And one becomes two, two becomes three, and my spoon hit the bottom of that peanut butter jar. Oh, wow. My heart breaks because I've broken trust in myself again, right? That broken trust. And so I was bulimic at the time. And so I take that long journey down the hallway. My feet, I can even feel them sinking into the rug now. And I try to purge it out, which never works, especially with something as sticky as peanut butter. But afterwards, I'm laying on my bathroom floor, my cold white tile bathroom floor, and I'm laying there crying, just sobbing, because this was like one of those defining moments where I finally understood I'm actually slowly killing myself. And it was an awareness that I finally got because my heart was racing in a way it never had before. And I knew enough about health to know that I was now impacting my electrolytes, which is impacting my cardiovascular system. One of my good friends from college, her mom had died of an eating disorder because her organs failed. So I had a very real, like
Aha moment.
aha moment. Like,
Yeah.
if
I'm
I
the Jesus
don't,
moment.
yeah, like if I don't, I get to make a decision in this moment, like either continue to do what I'm doing and could be like my friend's mom, or pick myself up and figure this out, girl. Right. And in hindsight, honestly, in hindsight, I look back and it was a God-given moment.
Yeah.
Like I'm actually like I look back and I'm like, I I can't believe I found the strength
Yeah.
to turn everything around and live a life now that is so much bigger than I ever dreamt it ever could be, right? So that led on to a big journey around the world, studying with monks, studying breath work, meditation, Ayurveda with a doctor in India. Came back here. It was in the States, did all my, holistic health practitioner, certification for nutrition, biodynamic craniosacral therapist. So I'm a therapist for trauma resolution work. And then did all of that here in Southern California in a brick and mortar, and then saw like, what is this online business model thing? Like, this is crazy. I mean, I can help people all over the world. And so we've been totally online for about 10 years.
Wow, that is quite the story. And so you say that you were bulimic, but you're also 50 pounds overweight.
Right. Oh, what a good catch for you. So isn't it interesting that we can, like, I would overeat, obviously, because I didn't have mindset skills, emotional mastery skills. I didn't have skills. So the eating and the weight were just a symptom to something deeper going on.
Right.
But yeah, even when you're bulimic, because you eat, well, so I'll just speak into my own personal experience. I would eat a lot, but you never really get it all out. You never really purge it all out. So, and plus then there's the inflammation,
Yeah.
right? So there's all of that happening too, and the distrust your body has because of the abuse that you're putting it through. So it holds on to anything you do eat in case you don't give it any other nutrition for a while, right? So there's a lot of different factors that are involved in that.
Yeah. Wow. I don't think people realize that. They think someone who's bulimic is not overweight. They're super skinny. And so there's probably people out there walking around that you have no idea that they're fighting this. I mean, do you consider it a disease? Like,
yeah,
right?
It's an addiction.
Yeah, an addiction.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's an addiction.
That's very interesting. Well, good for you I mean, I guess it's a great story now, but I'm sure it was not fun to go through it at the time, I mean, thank God you had that moment and look where it's propelled you to.
Right. And to all of our friends who are listening to this, you may be in that place yourself. It might look different than what my moment looked like. And, but if you are here with us, just know that you found this for a reason. Like there's something on a soul level that is hungry, craving, ready for more. You're ready to break the resistance off of, whatever the scarcity mindset or I'm not good enough mindset or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Like there's something that's calling you that had you here listening to this episode. Out of all the episodes and all the things, there's a lot of good ones, but you're here for a reason.
Yeah.
And no matter what your current age, your current economic status, your current size, your current shape, I honestly believe if there's a desire in your heart to change your life or to get a different result, you absolutely can do it. No matter what, even if you're at rock bottom like I was.
Yeah, absolutely. So where did the One Thought Away come from? So you were a practitioner and all this stuff, and now you've been doing the One Thought Away for 10 years?
I've been teaching into this work for probably like nearly 20 years.
Let's see
so this is the book. It's so good, you guys. It's on Amazon. So this is what a lot of people tell me about their book. They say that it's underlined, it's highlighted, it's written in the margins, it's ear tagged.
Love it.
This is like a roadmap for their life. So I really do. It's on Amazon, you guys. It's really easy to grab. I do encourage you grab it. And the fun thing is as well, what we did is at the end of every chapter, there are what we call lessons to learn, and that we've made them so you can print them out and you can post them around your house to constantly be reminding you of what you're committed to. And then at the end of chapter 1, I think it is, like page 24, there's a link there. Yep, at the end of page 24, there's a link there to go and get the thought swaps and the chapter bonuses in color. They look really pretty. Wow. They're nicely done, and a visualization. And that visualization is great. We put it at the beginning of the book because you're going to learn a lot during the book, and you're going to get different clarity on your life and a vision for your life. And so that meditation is given to you, that visualization at the very beginning. So it's like the through line. It helps pull you through all the way to the end of the book. It's not just a book. It's an experience.
Okay. I like that.
We were really committed to not just being another book that sits on somebody's bedside table. Like we meaning my team, we wanted this to be an experience for women and men to realize they're not alone. They're not abnormal, even if they're in a hard season, even if you're in a stuck cycle, like you're okay.
Sure.
And with the proper strategies and the proper support, proper conversations, you're going to make your way out.
Yeah, for sure. But where did it come from? How was it born? Because I love the meaning of it. One thought away. We're one thought away from many different things, right? So where did it come from for you, and what does that mean to you?
So we've been teaching this like pretty much the whole time, and we had another process that we were calling it. We were calling it the Sacred Self System. Okay. We called it that for years and years and years. And then it was just last year, or maybe the year before, I was sitting with my ops manager and really looking at like, what is the thing that really is like the nuts and bolts, like that seed that we speak into pretty much in everything we do.
Yeah.
And it's mindset.
Yeah.
It's mindset. And so then what we did is we said, let's just pick this one piece out of the whole process, the success formula, and let's lead with this piece because people need, so I study the brain a lot, and our brains need to hook into something. And it will hook it, if we don't give it something specific by design to hook into, it'll hook into something by default. Okay. And it'll work tirelessly for you, even while you're sleeping. It'll work tirelessly for you to create whatever that thing is that it's hooked on. So that's why we said, you're one thought away from having your dream life or not.
Yeah.
And it's simple enough for everybody to understand that concept. Simple, not always easy, but simple enough to help people put themselves back in the driver's seat of their own life.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's really like even the whole concept, and in a way that my brain can register as well. It's almost like throwing a life jacket out to the person that fell off the boat, right? Oh, okay, wait, if I just start to shift with one thought, I could do that. I could do one thought.
Yeah.
Right? And so we wanted it to be something that anybody could do, even if they're getting like bombarded by a lot of really hard stuff in their life. Like most people can really think about what's my next one thought.
Sure. Yeah, no, it makes it very, easy for people to like attach maybe their belief system to, so that it's not as overwhelming for them to start digging through all that stuff, like all those 80,000 thoughts a day. And they can just focus on one thought a day. Okay, I'm going to focus on this one thought, and that's it, and start from there, right? Is that like the gist of it?
Yes. So this is great. So, so when you're in a tough time, like when I was really in the lows, when I was in my lows, it was really hard for me to make a promise to myself and keep it around like food and eating, for example. Yeah. And so like even making a promise like, okay, today I'm not going to abuse food. Today I'm going to treat myself well. Today I'm going to not binge on sugar. I'm going to get out and exercise. Well, after you've broken promises with yourself hundreds of times or thousands of times, your self-esteem really gets, it really starts to waver. And so I've had a hard time on days when I had a lot of stress going on, or my car broke down, or I got a big bill I didn't expect. It was hard for me to hold a promise to myself, even for a day, because my addiction was so strong. And so then it was like, okay, if a day is too much for my mind to wrap around, I'm going to just say for an hour. And if an hour is too hard for my mind to wrap around and for me to have follow through, I'm just going to say 15 minutes. And so what I would do is I'd piece together 15 minutes at a time. Okay, for 15 minutes, I don't need a binge. I don't need to check out, escape, or numb out. I don't, and for me, it was food. But when I was in that season, we didn't have social media and online shopping like there is now. Like people, it can be sneaky. It might not be as obvious as food or alcohol or drugs, but it can be online shopping. It could be social media. It could be gaming. And so it could be overworking. And so for me, piecing together 15 minutes at a time, if that felt like too much, then 5 minutes at a time to start to set different neuroconnectors in my brain, different pathways about who I am, what I'm capable of, what I'm committed to creating. And so for me, I was doing it 15 minutes at a time. And for our friends here, maybe it's just one thought at a time. But one thought leads to another thought, leads to another thought. And then all of a sudden, you have a day of positive thoughts. And then maybe you have 2 days of positive thoughts. And then you have 3 days. And oh my gosh, I'm thinking in a positive, glass half full way a whole month now.
I love it.
And the universe wants to deliver. The universe doesn't play favorites. It's doing a dance with you, just like it's doing a dance with everybody else. So it's like, what are you going to call in? What are you going to ask God for? What are you committed to creating? Who are you going to be? What's going to be demanded of you? What's going to be demanded of you to create the next result is not going to be what was demanded of you to create today's result. So are you willing to step into that next level?
I love it.
Good. Yeah.
No, I love it. I'm very much into like positive, like affirmations and, just because you can get so off track. You can go down that bunny hole. Like one thing can set you off and it's just like, that's it, and it takes work. It's not easy to maintain that positive mindset. But once you can achieve some level of majority of the day positive mindset, like your life completely changes.
It really does. And I think you hit on a really good point that sometimes, especially now in the day and age of social media, like you watch other people and you're like, oh, they must have it all together. It looks so easy for them. They're perfect. And
no such thing.
No such thing.
No such.
I'm not perfect. You're not perfect.
No.
We don't have perfect lives. And so it's like, it doesn't matter how rich, skinny, pretty, smart, successful, famous, whatever. Like none of us escape life. And so it's not about escaping life. It's about who are we in the face of adversity and knowing that when we have the skills to face that in a way that can be grounded and anchored. And when we slide off, we get back on track as quickly as we can. But grounded and anchored, then those hard moments actually become further and farther between because they just don't impact you the same. They don't impact you in a way where it is as hard.
Yeah, that's very true. I love it. How does it feel that you've influenced over 250,000 people worldwide? What does that feel like to you?
So when I was a graphic designer, I actually loved being a graphic designer. I could have done that the rest of my life. I loved it. I really loved it. But then when I started to do the healing work myself, like I really felt God had a different purpose on my life. And that's why I say like my business kind of birthed itself. It was what I needed when I couldn't find it when I needed it. And so it feels good. Like I feel really, really blessed, probably much like you. I feel so blessed to be doing this work in the world. I love the women we work with.
I love it.
They become like family. Like oftentimes they come into our community through maybe a One Thought Away challenge or masterclass or something, or they get the book and then they come into a program with us. I mean, we have women who have been with us for years and say their life is unrecognizable now because they've done this work.
Yeah.
And that's
huge.
That huge. It's just
huge.
Well, but it's huge. And we're really, like, my team of coaches, our team, we don't want to be their hero. Like, when women come in and do this work with us, like, we say, we are Yoda, you are Princess Leia, right? Like,
yeah.
We're just a guide. You get to be the hero of your own story so that they know, wow, I transformed my life. If I did it this year, what can I do next year? What can I do the year after that? What can I do 20 years from now? So they feel empowered.
Yeah.
So we love, like, my team, all of us, we feel so honored to do this work and stand with women in the fire, because we just work with women in our programs. But definitely the book and the concept is for men and women. But I feel really honored.
Yeah. I love it. You're making me cry a little bit. I'm like, I can't cry. I'm still too stuffy. Okay, that would just make it worse. Oh my gosh.
Awesome.
I love it. And I think that it is an easy thing for people to wrap their head around, to just, start with the one thought away. I think it's very catchy, and it allows people to maybe manage things a little bit better. You know what I mean? Because some things can seem overwhelming. I mean, it's all, it's going to call the person it's meant to call to, but I think that it's probably a little bit more relatable than some other programs that I've seen on the show personally. So.
Well, and I was just going to just reiterate what you said. Yeah, because it's easy enough to understand.
Yeah. Very, very, yes. Easy to grasp onto. Great idea. I love it. Where can people find you, connect with you, and learn more?
Well, you guys go to the onethoughtawaybook.com. That's the best place to go and grab your own roadmap for your life. Ear tag it, highlight it, do all the things. From there, you'll get that link for the bonuses on page 24. That'll help you get deeper into what we have going on. We always have fun stuff going on, depending on what season you find us in, and what's happening at headquarters. But and then I know that you're going to include some other links.
Yeah. I'll include all the links, all the going on. What do you have coming up? I mean, it's the new year. So what do the headquarters have coming up? Share with us before we say goodbye.
Okay, you guys. So next Monday, January 8th, we are going big with the One Thought Away Challenge. It is a free challenge online, and it is going to be consecutive days with me personally, where I'm going to be doing live training. And when you show up live, and you share with me in the chat what's happening in your life, I actually do live mentoring on the spot.
Okay,
so
cool.
Come live, participate. And we've had women who have said that they've come to the One Thought Away Challenge with us, and just that even blew them away in regards to how much shifted for them in those short 5 to 7 days.
Yeah.
If you sign up for the One Thought Away Challenge, also when you sign up for those in the challenge with us, and we have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of women signed up already, but you will get a discounted price for the book, because we use the book as a workbook.
Sure.
So even for that alone, you want to sign up.
Yeah.
But it is so good, you guys. Like, what we really do, how we dismantle the parts of your thinking that aren't working for you, so you don't have yet another year of broken resolutions or whatever it is. And you set yourself up to win in 2020 more.
2020.
More fun, more adventure.
I love that.
More results. More all the things. Whatever you want, it's there. But you've got to get the right strategies in the right order and the right people around you, or you will just have you'll have yesterday results, because you're doing yesterday actions and having yesterday thoughts. So we're interrupting this in a really big way. 2020 more gets to be the best year ever. And the way that happens is that you connect with us. No matter when you listen to this podcast, reach out, at least get the book and get a conversation with us. So you know where we're headed in this first quarter.
Sure. I love it. You guys can put those links in the show notes. So if you connected with Kerry's story today and love what she's got going on and what she's offering the world, go click those links, follow her on social, buy the book on Amazon, and go join her January 8th One Thought Away Challenge. right?
Yes. Yes. And let us know that you found us here. We love to hear how you heard of us. And we always like to thank, those that are supporting this message. And so we want to let Deanna know and Label Free Podcast know that, it's a great collaboration. It's working. So let us know where you found us too.
Amen. I love that. Well, Kerry, thank you so much for sharing your story. Love what you're doing. Thank you for all the work that you're doing. And can't wait to continue to watch you change lives around the world.
Thank you so much. Thank you for what you're doing. You are a total rock star. And really, we connected on our first conversation so easily.
Yes.
And again, I'm here for you. I am just really honored to be here. So excited. Yes, so just there. And so excited to bring value to your tribe.
Yeah.
Wow.
Amen to that. Thank you for that. You guys, this is your host, Deanna Radulescu with Label Free Podcast. To live your best life, you must live label free. As always, don't forget to subscribe, follow, rate, review, comment, share, all those good things. And I'll be back soon with more dynamic guests.